Hey everyone, welcome to Techie Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to share a few tips with you just to get you started in a super app called Snapseed. Jeff and I use this a ton, as do all of the other selfie lovers. And it's a little bit more intuitive and a lot more ability to fine-tune images versus Camera Plus. So now that you have a little bit of a basic knowledge of how to edit and add filters, this will give you the ability to just go further with that. So let's open up Snapseed, hit the plus to add a photo from your photo library, and hit use to use it. All right, before I get started on the tuning, I'm going to hit crop and show you, because I mentioned the rule of thirds in the techie tip as a basic compositional trick. So see right here, the grid lines, this is what the rule of thirds is all about. See, it divides that into three separate grid marks or whatever. The basic rule of thirds says that if you put your subject in one of those intersecting lines, then you'll have a far more stronger composition than if you centered it. So just a little tip on that. And just so you know, when you hit that square, this gives you all sorts of cropping options. And so if you just drag your finger along, and always with the Snapseed crops, it gives you that rule of thirds. So I really love Snapseed for cropping. So you can explore with that. And what I want to tell you is this tune image. This could be all one ever needed for editing, in my opinion. And so here, just hold on the screen and start to scroll up or left or right, and this adjusts the brightness. Hold down on the screen for just a second and just slide gently up and see all of those options appear: brightness, ambiance, contrast, saturation, etc. You can adjust all of those right here. So I'm going to bring that brightness, I already did, bring it all the way up, or you could bring it all the way down to darken the photo. With this white backdrop, which is a kind of a favorite look of mine, I tend to bring the brightness all the way up and high key it. So hold on the screen and get one of the other features, the ambiance. I'm just gonna kind of play with it and see what it does. And for me, the editing is really all about that kind of like, oh yeah, I love the way that looks. I'm not really looking at the photo like, yeah, that makes me look awesome. I mean, it may or may not, So just my point is that I'm just using kind of an intuitive guide of just like, oh, I like the way that looks, and I like the way what that does to the photo. So let's see. So this is bright, ambiance, contrast. I'm going to bring that up. And then you could really saturate it or get less saturated. You could add some shadows. And so really just playing with what kind of a look you like for your own images. And so I'm going to hit the check and just kind of play around and see what else happens. The details allows you to add a little bit of structure or sharpening to it. If you like something, just hit the check. And if you're like, yeah, forget it, you can just X out of it. I want to show you the black and white because Snapseed has a great black and white feature. And so if you hit the stars, it automatically adjusts a whole bunch of different ways. And so you could just see what you liked in there. If you hit that circle next to it, it gives you different color options, different tones of the black and white. So lots of different ways to play with that. And that was, I definitely wanted to make some shadow under the under the hat. So whatever, and a lot of times I have no idea how that happens. I'm like, oh yeah, there, that's what this needed. I was kind of like, I'm not really sure what's going on there. And so again, just kind of using that intuitive sense, and Snapseed is really great for that. And so if you want to see like in comparison to what it looked like before, you hit that button, and I definitely like the black and white for this. And so I'm going to hit check. And I'm gonna leave you with that so as not to flood you with info. I'm sure you could play with all of those little buttons and see what else happens, and we'll talk more tutorials real soon. To save it, hit that arrow, save to photo library, voila. Okay, have a great time out there.